Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Please board quickly and safely. Our monorail will be departing momentarily. Thank you.
Hey everybody, thank you for joining us. Welcome to the ResortLoop.com podcast, your gateway to the magic. I'm Tim Scott.
I'm Bob Collar.
And we have a very exciting, and I have a feeling it might end up to be a controversial show today. Bob, what do you think?
Oh, I think so. I think episode 27 is going to be a little bit dicey. We've got we got our listeners sending us all kinds of their suggestions on this topic. So I think it's going to be interesting.
I like it.
Kind of like along the same lines as our what they would like to see. What was it? Episode 24-ish, something 24, 25 about the World Showcase. So we're kind of sticking with that theme for right now.
We are. It gave us some ideas, and we decided we would go with it to the next logical step.
Yeah. Let's throw out some shout-outs, shall we?
Let's send them.
All right. I got one from Maddie Fresh on iTunes. Sent us a very nice shout-out. Says, love the shows. Bob and Tim keep the show entertaining and informative. Really enjoy their thoughts and perspectives on all topics. You don't want to hear from us on all topics.
No, we get old really quickly.
But Maddie says, would suggest this to any and all Disney fans. So, Maddie, thanks so much. We really appreciate that. That's very cool.
Absolutely.
And then I got another one from the Twitter, as I call it, the Twitter.
I love it.
Kate Gal, she goes by @_Kate Gal on the Twitter. Says, listening to the latest one, and I like it. So we appreciate that. And I got one more from Peter Pontecorvo. I believe that's how that's pronounced, Peter. If I'm wrong, don't sue me. It's he's at Magic Mouse Medic. So he could actually decide whether I live or die, it sounds like to me.
Oh!
But Peter says, keep the shows coming. Love the show. So thanks, Peter. Appreciate that. We appreciate all you guys giving us all your input. It really does mean an awful lot to us. So
it does. And last week, I don't know if you saw our tweets, but was our most downloaded week ever.
Yeah, that's huge. That is huge.
We were very excited by that. And I had our friend Norman Bates just sent out a quick little note, said, no need to thank us. We listen because you put out a quality product.
That's very nice.
That was very
Norman,
nice of Alan. So
yeah, he's been following along with us, and we like hearing from him all the time. So I got one thing I'd like to throw out there. I did have a question from our buddy Gary Zarelli, who sent me a question. He says, with all the hype of Harry Potter at Universal, and he, in quotes, he says, I am not a fan of Harry Potter at Universal. Still, they are doing well with this franchise. They certainly are. Question. Disney was very close to getting the rights for Harry Potter in 2003. Talks fell through. If Bob Iger was CEO, do you think the outcome would have been different? Like I said, Harry Potter is not my cup of tea. Still, I think Disney lost some serious cash because of not coming to terms. Anyway, thanks again for what you do. I enjoy the show greatly. So thank you, Gary, for listening in, and we appreciate it. If you remember, that was right around that whole time where Roy Disney was trying to oust Michael Eisner, and Michael Eisner was trying to squeeze Roy Disney out. And
a lot of politics back then.
A lot of politics.
Man.
It was crazy. And the studios, the whole company was pretty flat at that time. They weren't making a whole lot of money. So I just don't know. I don't know even if Robert Iger had been president at that time, if they would have been able to come up with the cash.
Right.
So, I don't know. I mean, that's a great topic and something that maybe we'll delve into down the road. But I'm certainly not an expert on Disney history. I've read a few of the Disney books, and I like learning about the Disney history. But boy, I tell you, about the only person you could really ask about that would be Robert Iger or Michael Eisner at this point,
right.
Since Roy has passed on. But it was a crazy time. That was a real crazy time for Disney. And I tell you, it was scary for all of us Disney fans because there was talk of, if you remember, Tim, there was talk of them, a company coming in and just splitting it all up. selling it all off. So
Oh, right. Was that the Comcast deal?
I
Comcast
think so,
was trying to
yeah.
come in. Very
I think
similar
so.
to like the early '80s. They had that problem.
Right, yeah, and that's a great book that I have read. It's called Storming I believe it's Storming the Magic Kingdom or Storming the Kingdom, something like that. It's I put that up on our Facebook page. It's a really good book. It delves into that whole thing.
A very good read.
Yeah, very good read. So anyway,
Cool.
Gary, thanks again, and we'll look into that a little bit more for you. So
Yes, thank you.
so our topic today is, go ahead, Tim.
I'm very excited about this one because this spurned a whole lot of thought. I know for me, and Bob and I have not conversed on this. We have not talked to each other about this, but it is our top 3 countries or pavilions at World Showcase.
I refused to tell you.
That's right. So we don't know what each other's are going to be. You're learning along with the rest of us.
I didn't
where this stands.
I didn't want you yelling at me and telling me how wrong. No,
That's how I get. You know me.
No, not at all. No. Let's just jump right into this.
Let's go.
Let's go. Since our buddy Alan, who goes by Norman Bates on the Twitter, he sent us his suggestion. He went with France, the UK,
Okay.
and Japan.
Oh.
And he says France for the views and the bakery.
Mm-hmm.
And he says they also honeymooned in France.
Oh, very nice.
Not the pavilion like I take my wife, but actually to France. And he says the French bakery is top-notch snacking. So I got to check out the bakery there. I've never eaten in France.
Yeah, they've redone the bakery recently, so I've heard it's even bigger and better.
Sounds good to me.
Something about the word patisseries in there. Once you get past that, it's all French to me.
What did you call me?
You heard me, you patisserie.
What do you got?
I had a note on our Facebook from Andrea. She said her picks are America for the American Adventure,
Ooh,
France for the Grand Marnier Orange Slushy. Oh, love that. Actually, I've not had that, but I know Samantha Brown had it and loved it. And Mexico because the Grand Fiesta Tour because the kids like it.
I love Mexico.
Ah, Mexico.
Now, the last 2 times, I know we're always a half glass half full podcast.
Half
but
full.
I gotta say, the last couple of times, the San Angel Inn restaurant was not very good.
Yeah.
It just wasn't very good. Now, I still love the ambiance that you get there, but the restaurant, I've heard the outside restaurant's very good, and we might check that out when we go down. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see. We've got our buddy Paul Boniface at the Diz After Dark guys. He says Mexico and Canada for the drink. There's a shock.
Ah. Who is that again?
Yeah, exactly. And Norway for the troll who looks kind of attractive when drinking. So,
well, I can see it.
Now, I'm guessing he means when he's drinking, not the troll. I don't think those trolls drink. But yeah, that's from Paul. So another Mexico there. So
I had a quick one off Twitter from Glenn, who's actually a brand new. He just followed us on the podcast a little bit ago on Twitter, like an hour ago. So I sent him a little note asking what his favorite countries are. He said Norway, Germany, and Mexico. So thanks, Glenn.
There you go. Another Mexico out there. Another
Yes.
Mexico, another Norway. All right. We got Jordan Duncan, goes by Jordan Ghastly. He says Mexico for the pyramid scenery, again. Norway for the maelstrom. And he says, yeah, I like it. I like it, too. There's nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong.
And England for the 60s band British Invasion. They're good.
Oh, they are good.
Oh, man. We were there. The last time we were there, we happened to catch them. And, oh, my gosh. They really rock the house. So
They brought it down.
So thank you, Jordan, for that. We appreciate that.
Excellent.
You got one from Sean, don't you? Our buddy Sean.
Our buddy Sean. Yes. Sean is a fan of the United States because of the show, Norway because of the attraction, referring to the maelstrom, and Germany because of the beer and food and blondes. I think maybe he also listens to the Diz After Dark guys, is what I'm kind of thinking. Oh, thanks, Sean.
Oh, man, that is outstanding. I love it.
Good stuff.
And then finally, I got from Matt Holly. He threw out there Mexico. He goes by M Holly 579 on Twitter. He's saying Mexico for the food and classic attraction, France again for food, Morocco again for food driven, but loved the atmosphere. So apparently, Matt, he's into the eating around Epcot. So I'm wondering if he has enjoyed the Food and Wine Festival.
I don't know.
I would hope so if he's that much into the samplings of all the food. I know my daughter wants to do that. She really wants to get into the food and wine. She wants to sample the foods all over the world. So
a little foodie on your hands.
Oh, I'm telling you,
And that's not expensive, so you're good to go with that.
Exactly.
All right, Bob, you think we should start our list? The
do you
top
want to
three.
throw Natalie out there?
Natalie.
We got Natalie on Facebook. She says Mexico because of the ambiance. You really feel like you're in a market. Canada because of Le Cellier, and Norway because of the attraction as well. Did you just say that?
I don't remember saying Canada. Did I say Canada?
I don't know what we're talking about. It's been a long day already.
It has.
All right, so that's what you guys have given us. Now it's our turn. So Tim,
yes,
since this was your idea, this was your call.
Yes,
let's hear your top three and why.
All right, we're going to alternate threes. I think I'll go with my third first.
Okay,
and then we'll hear yours. I'm going to start off right with controversy. Because it's not number one. The American Adventure.
Wow, that is not number one.
No, it is number 3 on my list.
Wow.
I know.
All right, so why number 3?
It's at number 3 just because of the show. The American Adventure. Fantastic show. Everybody needs to see it multiple times. Love it.
So wait a minute. Are you saying that it wouldn't even be on your top 3 list if it weren't for the show?
The show, yes.
Wow.
I will say a couple of my other things, like going in, what do you call it there, the Hall of Flags.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. And if you're fortunate enough to, like, either out front or in the rotunda of the American Adventure, hear the Voices of Liberty.
They are fantastic.
Oh, I can't even put that into words.
They are fantastic.
Because, I mean, everyone, I think you all know they're a cappella, and there's no microphones, there's no amplifiers, it's just pure voices. They're projecting perfect pitch. It's just beautiful.
And in that rotunda, it just I don't know, it's perfect.
The acoustics are just fantastic.
Right.
But the rest of the pavilion, I mean, the rest, your dining is hamburgers and fries. The shopping's so I had to put it at number 3.
Wow.
I've not gone through the shop there and gone, this is interesting. I need to get a few of these. This would be fantastic. It's just stuff.
Interesting. All right. Well, my number 3.
Yes.
And this is going to be controversial as well.
Oh.
To some of our fans.
I love the show.
Some of our listeners, I should say. And that would be the United Kingdom.
Oh, number 3?
I'm going to put them at number 3, and I'll tell you why.
Tell me.
Only because they don't have a ride. They have really no. They've got nothing there other than I love the Rose and Crown Pub.
Yes.
And I don't know. I just like walking around there. I like the way the shops are set up and just that kind of feeling. I love the garden in the back.
Yes.
Where they have the Mary Poppins topiary. I just like that. That is a great place to just go back in that garden area back there and just relax. When you're tired and you just need a place to relax, that's a great place to go. And I love the United Kingdom for that. So that's number 3 for me. It would move way up.
Yes.
If they would get some kind of cool ride. Maybe a mini London Eye.
How cool would that be?
How cool would that be? I think that would be very cool.
I say we drop the proposal and send it into Imagineering.
Yeah, they're not listening.
No, not to me. Those
All
guys are
right.
from Resort what?
We don't listen to that.
Not at all.
Okay, so number 2 for you.
Number 2 on my list. You ready?
Yep.
I'm going with some of our listeners. I'm going Norway.
Ooh.
Number 2 is Norway. I love the Maelstrom. Can I tell
like
you?
it. I like it.
I mean, it's very well done. Lots of detail. I love it when you start going backwards, and then when you go down the drop, going under the oil rig there. Fantastic. I remember the first time I did, I was like, "This is fantastic."
You know what? I love it too.
They got the perspective on there to make it look really huge. The splashing waves.
I agree with you. I think Norway is a really fun little area. I love the trolls. You get to take your picture with that troll after the ride, or when you go in the shop. That's cool. And one of my favorite hidden Mickeys is in that at the beginning of that ride.
Oh, you tell them where it is. I think we're talking about the same one.
If you look when you're going to get on the ride, and you look at the big painting behind you, behind the ride or the boats. If you look at the big painting, one of the Vikings is wearing Mickey ears.
Yes, that's it. That's a classic one.
I love that.
Love it.
I think that's fantastic.
And then, the village, right before you go in to watch the movie, and do stay for the movie. You have to see the movie at least once because it is really well done. But the village just has such a detail. I love it.
Yeah, it's very cool. Now, we ate in, and you got to remember, don't they still have one of the princess meet and greets dining? They've got the princess dining over there.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even pronounce the name of that banquet hall, but it's the Royal Banquet Hall in Norway. I'm not even going there. But yeah, we did that one year and loved it. The kids just loved it.
And the bakery there.
But can I ask a question?
Yes,
And maybe one of our listeners can kind of clue me in on this.
They're very smart. I'm sure they can.
They're very smart. What's up with the cold fish for breakfast? I don't understand that because they serve that over there too. And as I've said in past podcasts, we got that over at Universal at Harry Potter. And what is up with the cold fish for breakfast?
We know what we do. We take a little George Foreman grill in our little backpack, and we just sit near an outlet, and we just, we can usually take care of a couple tables around us, grill it up a little bit.
Get one of those little infrared grill tops.
Yeah.
You think they'd mind? No, they wouldn't mind.
No.
You're not getting that past TSA, my friend. That's not getting on the plane with you. I'll tell you that right now. Oh my gosh. Okay, so my number 2.
Yes.
And here's where here again some controversy. My number 2 is going to be the American Adventure.
Oh, okay.
Now mine's a little bit higher. Only I like for the exact same reasons as you, and it would be higher. It would definitely be higher if they had a better restaurant.
Right.
We've eaten at the Liberty Inn, and burgers and chicken tenders. Come on,
right?
That's the best we can come up with in this country is burgers
from sea to shining sea. All we could come up with.
Oh my goodness! I'm a big burger guy, but come on, there's got to be something better for them to throw in there. And I get it. You've got that amphitheater there where they do the candlelight processional. I get that, but wouldn't it be great to have a nice seaside restaurant there? Maybe some of the best seafood that we have to offer. I mean, we have some of the greatest seafood restaurants, I think, on the planet. When you've got all those wonderful restaurants in Boston, in Florida, in California, San Francisco, and all that. I mean, I don't know. I just think that we could come up with something a little bit better restaurant.
What about barbecue, like Texas barbecue or Carolina barbecue or something like that?
That would be fantastic too. Oh. Don't even get me started on barbecue. You know how
I know how you are. But yeah, burgers and the fries just don't kind of cut it for me.
Right. So that's my second one. What's number 1 with you?
Number 1 for me, I have gone to Mexico.
Wow.
I love Mexico. I love the pyramid. I love going in. It turns to night no matter how bright and hot it is outside.
It's always a nice place to cool down.
Great place to cool down. I will tell you, it has an attraction, which we seem to love. I will say I don't like the new version as much as I did the El Rio de Tiempo version. The music in that one and the old one was a little catchier, I thought.
You don't like the Three Caballeros, huh?
I don't mind them. I just don't like them as well as the other. It's one of my actual favorite music loops to listen to is El Rio de Tiempo.
That is good.
You got a couple of different of the like Magic Kingdom attractions kind of represented. You got kind of the small world feel going on.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember If You Had Wings. I'm going way back.
Yeah.
And you got kind of that look when you're going by the vendors there with the in the arches, kind of following you along in the boat. That's very If You Had Wings.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's very true. That's cool.
So it kind of takes me back to like the, what they might call the olden times in the Magic Kingdom. But like you said, the restaurant in the pavilion anymore isn't that great. But I've heard excellent things about the one across the way there.
Yeah, is that the La Hacienda, I believe?
Oh, La Hacienda, yes.
Yeah. That we're going to try that one this time around because we do we like Mexican food. My son doesn't like Mexican food, but we do. All right, my number one.
Oh, one other thing.
Oh, go ahead, hit me.
We can't forget in Mexico, La Cava de Tequila, the tequila bar.
Yeah.
Now you know me, I don't really drink, much less drink tequila. But I've heard they have these flights. It's like 3 or 4 different kinds. And if I went, that's what I would have to have because I would have to sample each one.
According to their and I have the resort map laid out in front of me.
Yes.
According to the resort map, more than 120 tequilas and handcrafted margaritas.
Yes.
But it is not on the Disney dining plans.
No. I have a feeling if I were to choose then to start drinking tequila, I'm not going to make it to Norway. Or have a very exciting experience on the Maelstrom.
That's true.
I'm sorry to interrupt. But go ahead. The Bob Collar, number 1 pick for your favorite pavilion.
Number 1 pick.
Drum roll.
World Showcase. Australia. Oh, no.
Well, where you been?
See, I know. I'd love to see Australia.
I know. I'm with you.
You know what? My number 1 is the same as yours.
Get out.
I have to tell you, Mexico.
Remember, we did not confer before this.
We didn't even talk about this other than what the topic was going to be. That is one of the first places we go, and we cannot. We've walked past China, and really just walked past China. Nothing against China, but there just wasn't anything there that we were really interested in checking out. But Mexico, we go into Mexico every time.
Yes.
Every time. And it's for all the things that you said. You walk in, it's a nighttime village in Mexico with the volcano and the temple, and then you get on the ride, and the ride is spectacular. And I think that's why we have tried, even after we had a bad meal at the restaurant, we went back. Because we like it so much, we just really wanted the food to be better.
You want to love the restaurant inside.
Absolutely, because it's such a great place to just sit and relax. And while you're sitting, you might as well grab a bite to eat. But hopefully they'll work on that, and they'll get a little bit better menu in there. But we love Mexico, and I think a lot of it has to do with what you said. It takes me back as well to If You Had Wings. It really is somewhat similar to that. They may actually be using. I'd love to find out if they're using some of the video from that.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. So yeah, we've got of all the and there's nothing wrong with any of the other countries. You got Mexico, Norway, China, Germany, Italy, the American Adventure, of course, Japan, Morocco, France, United Kingdom, and Canada. So, and maybe the United Kingdom for me even makes the list because it's right there at the International Gateway, and we like staying at the Beach Club. And when you walk in, boom, you're right there at United Kingdom. So
you are right there.
That may have something to do with that. So,
but please feel free to send us your top 3s out there. We'd love to hear what your top 3 are, maybe what your reasons are. Maybe there's something we haven't thought of.
Absolutely. And hey, I got a special request of our listeners. If you guys come across a great radio station or a great website that you guys want us to talk about, check out, drop us a line on Twitter or Facebook or the website and let us know, because this is a big happy family of loving Disney, and we want to spread the love.
Yeah, we're always looking for new stuff.
Absolutely. So I'm sure we'll have much more to talk about with this. I'm sure we're gonna get some people going, are you crazy? Don't forget Beer Garden.
Yeah.
What about Le Cellier? You guys didn't even talk about that. So
what's wrong with you people?
Nothing wrong with that. Send it in to us, and we'll give you the shout out. We love giving a shout out. So
it's what we do.
So that's all I got, Tim.
Same here. I think we should probably wrap up this show. I'm Tim Scott. You can find me at ResortLoop.com. You can find us on our website, ResortLoop.com.
And I'm Bob Collar. You can find us on Facebook /Resort Loop, and I am Resort Loop Bob on the Twitter. So.
Excellent. Well, thanks for joining us for this episode of ResortLoop.com, your gateway to the magic.
See you, everybody.
And then I lost my place.